Welcome to Mobility and Fall Prevention, everyone. I'm Ryan. Hopefully we are excited and ready to work out today. We want to make sure that we have a water bottle available and some sort of weight. And we just need one today. Or actually, I'm sorry, we need two today. What was I thinking? Let's go ahead and start warming up. Here we go. We got 55 seconds. Or maybe that full minute. Let's do that full minute. We got the power today. Let's start marching. Marching in place. Knees, trying to get them hip height or higher. And then whenever we're ready, that cross body, opposite elbow to that knee. Feeling those joints getting nice and lubricated, that blood pumping. I hope everyone had a great weekend. The week has been going well so far. We're looking forward to getting strong, getting balanced, and a little more open. Almost there, 10 seconds. And time. Perfect job. Let's do our side steps next, where we have that option for the band if we want to. If we don't have one, then you can do what I'm going to do. So we got our side steps where we're going to bring our hips back, keep that chest lifted, and then side stepping back and forth. We want to try to keep those hips down low. Everyone's different. We all have different ability levels. Trying to keep those hips down low. Chest lifted, back and forth. We have 30 seconds left. Remember, hips back, up back. Ten seconds. And time. Good stuff. While we have that band, let's use it still, where we can get it at our ankles if we didn't have it there already. And then we're going to be zigzagging in and out, 45 degrees. Same premise, our hips are back, and we're stepping back and forth. If we have that band, we can feel that tension. If we don't, still working some good movement plans here. Back and forth. And we're trying to stay low. Our hips are back. "28 seconds. "15 more. And time. Good job. Let's go to the side behind our chair next. We're going to do our twisting lunges, having our hands on our chair, and then we're stepping back with one leg. That hand stays grounded. We're opening up to the side, opening our hips, opening that thoracic spine. Let's continue. So right leg, right hand, opening up to the left, turning to standing, left hand, left leg, opening up to the right, back and forth. Keep up the good work. 22 seconds. And time. Good stuff. Let's return to the side of our chair, and we're going to do our tree. Before I do that, I'm going to adjust my computer. I had turned the power, and it was causing my camera to go dark. But we're back, we're ready. Let's do our tree pose. So working on that balance, let's have our right hand on that chair and our right leg lifted and finding our balance. Trying to keep those hips squared to the front. Gently pressing into that grounded leg. We might even get a little opening here with our hips. We're always welcome to bring our hands into our center line. That nice straight line, keeping us grounded. We can even lift our arms up to the sky. Almost there, keep the good work. 12 seconds. And time. Great job. Let's switch to the other side. Having our right leg grounded, left hand on that chair, finding our center. Here we go. Breathing in and out. Noticing any wobbling. Feeling that balance within. Getting in touch with our breath. Using it to help us stay grounded. Almost through. 3 seconds. And we made it. Let's get some water. We're going to prep. We're going to start off with our lower body today. We're going to do our lunge matrix on each side, which is our reverse lunge, our lateral lunge, and our curtsy lunge. After that, we're going to work on some standing abduction, working our outer hips. Then we're going to finish with a chair isometric. And then we'll move on to the upper body. So, getting some water. And then, let's start with our lunge matrix. So we're going to have that chair for support if we need it. And our right leg is going to stay still. Our left leg is going to move. Now remember, we got our reverse, our lateral, and then our curtsy. Let's do it. So left leg moving back. Our reverse. You can bend that knee if you want to. You don't have to. Out to the side, laterally. Returning to center. And then slightly behind with our curtsy. Again, we have our reverse, lateral, keeping that chest up, and our curtsy lunge. Reverse, lateral, and curtsy. Bending that knee, that's key. Reverse, to the side. Let's show off our manners. We can even bow if we want to. We got a reverse, lateral, 15 seconds, and curtsy. One more time through. Reverse, lateral, and curtsy. Perfect. Let's switch to the other side. So this time our right leg will be moving, getting in position. Let's do it. Back for our reverse. To the side. Hips are back in our curtsy lunge. We got reverse. Lateral. Hips back. And curtsy. Reverse. Lateral. And curtsy. Reverse. Lateral. And curtsy. Keep up the good work. 20 seconds. Reverse. To the side. Get our curtsy on. Reverse. To the side. And curtsy. Perfect. Good stuff. Let's move on to our standing abduction. And you can use that chair for balance, or we can have our hand hovering above it. We want to keep our hips squared, taking an inhale, and then we're exhaling our leg out to the side. So we have weight in that right leg, our toes and our hips pointing straight ahead. We don't want to open up out to the side, just trying to see how high we can get. We want to try to keep everything pointing straight to really activate our abductors of our hip. Good, we got 25 more seconds. We can have a slight balance. Notice how there's a slight lean, and that's mainly just because if I'm standing straight, my foot is going to keep rubbing. And if you're wearing shoes, that's even harder. So slight lean, just to not keep running our feet to the floor. Good, let's switch to the other side. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. So out to the side, hips and toes are pointing straight. Feeling that burn. We're also getting our glutes a little bit here on that standing leg. That glute minimus in particular. Finding that balance. Getting hips still pointing straight ahead, feet still pointing straight ahead. Almost through. 2 seconds. And time. Great job. Then we're feeling a good burn in there. Nice and stable. So we're going to do our chair pose where we're holding it. That's an isometric where we're going to have our feet about shoulder width apart. And then we're sitting back in our chair. Now, if I need to rest like I am now, I'm welcome to. But we're trying to have it hover. Let's do it. And time. I can have my arms out like this, out in prayer, whatever's more comfortable, even straight out. But our arms in the front instead of by our side help us counterbalance those hips that are back right now. So we want to be making sure our hips are back, feeling our quads working, our glutes working. You can even bring your hands to opposite shoulders if you want to. That's a good challenge. 27 seconds. Feeling that burn. More. And time. Good job. Awesome. So next up, let's get some water. We're going to transition to our upper body, where we're going to use both weights. Almost forgot about both weights. We're going to do our Hinge Row, either seated or standing. I'll demonstrate both. So we can get that sip of water, and whenever we're ready, find ourselves seated. Now, the Hinge Row, either seated or standing, is all about our back. We want to make sure our back's not rounded, but we're nice and tall, and we're just bringing our chest forward. That's the focus here. Let's get ready. In position. 3, 2, 1. So we're squeezing both shoulder blades back today. Lowering down. Nice and controlled. Let's think about power on the way up. Nice and fast. Nice and slow on the way down. We're exhaling. Inhaling down. Shoulder blades back. Head in line with the rest of our spine. Doing great. And we're all putting in that effort. Nice and fast. Build that strength up. And time. Great job. So next up, we can let go of one of the weights. We're going to go into our around the worlds. And on this set of our around the worlds, and actually both, I want you to try a standing glute squeeze. So my feet are about shoulder width apart, and this whole time, I'm squeezing my butt as hard as I can. And that is going to help build our glutes nice and strong. And doing this every day will be very helpful. We're going to do 30 seconds in each direction. If you need to relinquish your squeeze, that's okay. It's both strength and endurance that we're doing here. So let's get into position. Getting ready, squeezing and passing, lifting that weight up, overhead, passing it to the other side, lowering it down. I'm still squeezing my glutes, lifting up, letting it, or controlling it down, I should say. That's the focus. We're keeping our shoulders down, away from our ears. Passing that weight. Good, let's reverse direction now. Still squeezing if we can. Really focusing as we lift that weight overhead that we're actively pulling our shoulder blades down closer to our hips. And time. Great job. Next up, we're going to do some Serratus Pushups, where we're in a plank position, and we're going to basically just be bringing our torso farther away and then closer to the floor, to our couch, or to our kitchen counter. Let's find that place where we want to do that. And remember, thinking about it as a lever. The higher our hands are, the more accessible this is going to be. We can even do this on the wall. I'm going to do it on the floor just for filming purposes, but we can do it on a stable chair, a wide enough chair. Is a big focus, but I think the couch, the counter, the walls are the best places. Let's do it. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. So we're in a plank position. We have our hands shoulder width apart, and we can have our feet a little wider, just a nice base of support. I'm lowering my chest, keeping my elbows mostly straight, and I'm exhaling, pushing away. So again, I'm dropping my chest, pressing away. I'm keeping my core engaged, my glutes engaged, my quads, trying to keep myself stable for this push-up. So again, dropping my chest, pressing away. It's about my shoulder blades coming forwards and backwards. We all know how to shrug up and down. We're shrugging forwards and backwards now. So next time someone asks you a question, and instead of shrugging your shoulders saying, I don't know, let's give them a little serratus push-up. All right. Great job. We're going to go back to our lower body next. You can get a sip of water. And we'll have our lunge matrix first. Now, an option with our lunge matrix, if we're feeling pretty good, what we can do is we can hold on to a weight in the center of our chest. Always having that chair nearby. That way, you could hold it with one weight, doing it like this, and so forth. So, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. So, got my reverse lunge, out to the side, lateral, and our curtsy lunge. Reverse, lateral, remember that out knee bends, then our curtsy. Reverse, to the side, and curtsy. Reverse, lateral, and curtsy. Reverse, to that side. Let's show off our manners. Perfect. We're almost through. 8 seconds. One more time. Reverse, to the side, hips back, chest up, and our curtsy. Perfect job. Let's do the other side. Finding that space, getting ready. 3, 2, 1. So our other leg, dropping back. So our reverse, out to the side, and that curtsy. Perfect job. Reverse, lateral, and that curtsy lunge. Perfect. Reverse. Remember that knee dropping is optional. You can always choose that depth as well. And our curtsy. Reverse. To the side. 45 degrees and drop it. Perfect. Keep it up. Reverse. Lateral. That curtsy. Reverse. Almost through. Lateral. And our curtsy lunge. Perfect. Let's do our standing abduction. A little bounce. A little bit of a butt burner. Oh man. Butt burners. That's a good exercise. Look out. You might be doing it next time. Here we go. All right. Nice and tall. Right leg grounded. Left leg out to the side. Again, a slight lean if we want. Now, if we have a pair of books that are thick, like a textbook or something, a thick book, like a coffee table book that we don't care about anymore, we're always welcome to stand on that, just having our hips a little more level. And actually, our next class, we're going to do a little bit with that, working on some hip strengthening. Got 10 seconds. and time. Good stuff. Let's do the other side. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. Again, keeping the hips and feet square to the front. You can feel it on the side. Working those glutes. This is an often overlooked area when it comes to building strong glutes. It's crucial that we hit this plane of motion. We want strong back and body. Keeping everything square, working on that balance maybe. Having our hands away from that chair. And I'm not opening up as much as I can. Keeping everything tight. Working on hip stability, building that strength. Nice, we made it. Good job. Let's get into our chair isometric, where on this set, if we want, we can use our weight to help counterbalance. I'm going to bust out my 44-pound kettlebell for this. We're going to have some fun. So making it a little tougher. If our weight is 3 pounds, 7 pounds, 44 pounds, whatever. Let's get ready. Remember, our hips are back. Here we go. We're holding it. Keeping our core engaged. Working those glutes. Quads. Ooh, nice and fun here. I can't check my watch without putting the weight down. I know each second goes by, we have less time. Breathe. Make sure we're focusing on that breath. Almost through, hopefully. Feeling the shaking and time. Oh yeah, great job. Let's get some water. Well deserved. Water break. All right. Next up, we got that upper body. Working on that hinge. I'm gonna demonstrate it standing on this round. And sitting might be a little more accessible to us. If we don't have that proper hinge, sometimes this can be bothersome to our back. So we'll be standing, and same premise if we're seated, where it's all about our hips back and our back is straight. So think about protecting that core. Nice and strong. We're inhaling, that breath, bracing it, and exhale. Inhaling down, exhale. Remember, head in line with the rest of the spine. Squeezing those shoulder blades back. And time. We did it. Good job. We're going to do our around the worlds next. So we can do it standing like I did, or I'm going to show my hands this time and do it in a tall kneeling, but it's very similar in the sense that I'm squeezing my glutes. So if this is something you're comfortable with, you're welcome to tall kneel. Knees are shoulder width, My feet are connected in the back like this. If my elbows are my knees, this is how my feet are behind me. So we have our weight, and we're thinking about this extension where our knees, our hips, and our shoulders are all in one line. We don't want our hips back. We don't want our hips too far forward either. We got 30 seconds in each direction. Here we go. Keeping our shoulders down, lifting that weight up. And reversing our breath. If we were exhaling up or inhaling down, if we were inhaling up or exhaling down. Doesn't really matter. Still squeezing our glutes. And reversing direction. Here we go. Shoulders staying down. Keep squeezing, 12 seconds. And time. Great job. All right, so last but not least, let's do our Serratus push-up, where we're in that plank position, hands about shoulder width apart, and we can get our feet wider for a little more support. Getting ready. Finding that wall, finding that kitchen counter or couch. Let's do it. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. Found our positioning, our core is engaged. We're inhaling, dropping our torso, pressing away. Let's think about slow and controlled here. Really pressing into that earth as we lower down, and then slowly pressing that chest away. Creating even more muscular tension as we go through that motion. Nice and slow. Slow and controlled. Almost through. Fingers nice and wide. Pressing out. Strong, strong arms. And time. Last one. Good job. Nice. We can get a sip of that water. And then let's make our way over to our chair, where we're going to do some stretches. Now, what I'm going to demonstrate, we can do it 2 ways. If we have access to our floor, or using our kitchen counter. I'm also going to demonstrate it with the chair. So before you join me, this is our first option, where we have our hands on the chair, and then we're going to stretch our upper back and shoulders. It's kind of like a child's pose or a puppy pose, really focusing on sinking that chest down. So that's our first option. We can also do that on the wall or at my fireplace here. It's a really good stretch. An option, if we have access to getting lower, not everyone does, we can always work around that, is getting our elbows on the counter, on our couch, on our chair. You might feel this just a little bit deeper. Have our hands together. It's just a shorter lever, allowing us to work a little deeper into our thoracic cavity. Good stuff. Let's find our way into our chair next. We're going to stretch our back. So let's get our feet nice and wide. And we're going to work our way down. We can have our hands on our thighs, walking onto our calves. This is a really good way to stretch that low back here in a safe manner. Now, thinking about that head, we don't necessarily want to drop it as low as we can. We're keeping it back. Sometimes, if we change our head position, it can make our balance a little iffy. Our vestibular system might not be as strong, and things can get a little wobbly. So I'm keeping my head lifted. I'm stretching my back. Good stuff. Let's work our way back up. Use our hands. Good. And then let's stretch our hips. Let's get our ankle above our knee, maybe below if that's challenging for us. And then inhaling tall and exhaling over that elevated knee. Great stuff. Inhaling and lifting high, dropping that foot down, and switching to the other side. Again, right, inhaling tall, exhaling, turning in the direction of that knee. Awesome. Inhaling, coming on up. Relaxing down. Let's bring one arm across the chest. Stretching that chest and shoulder. Making sure our arm is not on our elbow, but in front or behind. And then switching. Great stuff. Let's find the back of our chair if we're not already, all the way back. Placing our hands on our thighs, closing our eyes. Connection with our feet, the ground, starting with our toes, bottoms of our feet. Working our way through our ankles, up our shins and calves, to our knees. Resilient after today's session. Bring our focus to our thighs, the fronts, the sides, and the back. Our hands grounded to those thighs. Connecting with our glutes, surrounding pelvis, our low back, our hips. With our belly, our chest, middle back, the back and shoulders, and those arms radiating from our center. And our focus to our neck, our jaw, cheeks, our eyes, nose, and our ears, forehead, the top of our crown. Taking a nice big inhale, and exhaling an audible sigh. Let's do that again. One more time. Inhaling nice and deep. And this time just melting into that chair. Choosing to stay here as long as you want. Let thoughts come and go. Thank you all for spending your time with me. The light in me recognizes the light in you. Namaste.